everyone and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, hi, my name is Shiv. If you're coming back, then welcome. In today's video I have a full face of first impressions. I'm going to be trying out a whole full face glam, which is on my face right now, of new makeup. Some of it is like newer to the beauty space. Most of it really is like new to me. So if you like to see my first impressions on some like new makeup from completely different brands, we've got drugstore, we've got really high-end brands in here as well. And if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look with those products, then please carry on watching. This is the first video, by the way, that I filmed with my new hair. I don't know, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it, guys. I feel like I need to like take some selfies and like hype myself up. It's very different. What do you think? I'm still getting used to it. So yeah, very exciting there. New hair, new era. But yeah, if you would like to see that content, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. And finally, follow me across all of my social media platforms. That would be really, really helpful. And I would love to see your lovely faces or usernames across those. I'm Siobhan Makeup Biz on all platforms, which is YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I've done a lot of makeup shopping recently, a lot of PR, a lot of accumulating of makeup. So let's just go ahead and try it out. So the first product that I'm going in with is the Brow Gravity from Caitlin Collection. I think I have used this before, but I can't remember really what I thought of it. So I'm going to give it a go in today's video. It comes with a little brush that is so cute. It comes with a little mini spoolie brush, so ideal for travel, I guess. I won't be using that today though because it's quite fiddly. And this is what it looks like. It's that traditional kind of brow gel soap. With this one, you don't need to add water, which I am a really, really big fan of, because then you don't have to worry about spritzing the brush with water. Just apply it and you're good to go. So this is what it looks like. I have recently had my brows laminated, so to be honest, the brow soap doesn't really have like too much security seal, doesn't really have too much of, you know, a challenge to work with, but it will still show whether I like the finish of it or not. I actually don't mind a shiny brow. I think it can actually look quite nice and like really put together. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this right here. It's just a clear gel. Actually, there's a light smell. Smells like a bit like soap actually. And I'm going to use this by Caitlin Collection kind of spoolie spatula kind of brush to apply it. So I'm just going to bend the spoolie side and just go directly into that brow wax. I'm not going to pick up too much because I've made that mistake before with these kind of products. And I'm just going to go ahead and start doing my brows. I really am part woman, part eyebrow. So I guess if you had like smaller eyebrows, thinner eyebrows, this definitely would be more of like a show for you. In the sense of like how much it can work to give you that big brow kind of look. But for me, I just like using these to tame my crazy brow hairs, and like I've mentioned, they have been recently laminated, so they are like fairly easy to work with. But yeah, so far so good. I'm liking this. It's not too like waxy in the sense it's not bobbling up. I've used some brow gels before where they dry way too quick and then they kind of bubble up on the brow, which really is not what you want, because then they can look kind of like dusty. I don't think anyone wants a dusty brow. Do the little front bit. I like to kind of pull up and then out very slightly. I like a quite undone brow, so I'm not actually going to fill them in. Oh, that is all done for that side. I quite like that. Sits down nicely. I'm going to use the spatula side and just press down on the hairs very lightly. Now I've got them in the place that I need them to be, and that is literally it. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. That is going to go in my everyday makeup collection. I do really love the By Ellie brow products, but it is nice just to switch it up from time to time. So let's just tame this brow a little bit. Guys, I think I mentioned in the beginning of this video, because I haven't filmed the intro just yet, but this is the first video I've filmed, one in a long time, but also now that I've got brown hair, I'm having a bit of identity crisis. You know what I mean? Like when you make a big change with like your hair or your appearance and you're really excited about it, but then you feel a bit weird initially. That's how I feel. Like one moment I'm like, yeah, this is a power move, and then the next moment I'm like, oh, I don't know, I miss the blonde. I think the first thing that always pops up when you say like I'm going blonde and I was brunette, or I'm going brunette and I was blonde, and people always like to compare what looked better, you know? I don't know. So yeah, I feel a bit strange about it. I don't know if everyone's going to prefer the blonde, but you've got to do it sometimes, you know? Enough rambling aside. I like it. It's doing what it needs to do. My best tip for using these kind of brow products is to like press and roll in the direction that you want the hair to go. Okay, I like that. And then again, I'm going to use the spatula side to press that down nicely just where I want the hairs to go. I am very happy with the by Caitlin collection Brow Gravity. Gets a thumbs up from me. So I don't have a new eyeshadow primer to try, so I've just popped on the P. Louise Rumour 2 base, which is very well loved. I think this is the old packaging now. This is how long I've had this product for. So I just primed my lids with that. And then for eyeshadow, we are going to be testing out the Fine Eyeshadow palette. I've actually had this for a while. I still just haven't got around to using it yet, so I'm excited to dive in. This is actually, funnily enough, P. Louise's brother's brand, Fine Cosmetics. So I guess we're keeping it in the family there. So I don't know if this is the light or the medium palette. I'm gonna have a closer look after filming this video online and try and work it out, because it doesn't actually say on the back of the palette, which I find a bit weird. I think that's a bit of a packaging kind of error. I'm scanning over it to make sure I'm not being silly, and I cannot see where it says if it's light, medium, dark, deep, because they come in different like sort of skin tone themed kind of palettes, if that makes sense. So for deeper complexions or lighter complexions. So this is either the light or the medium palette, but I will have it in the description box down below. After editing this video, I'll figure out which palette this is. So that would be my feedback straight away, is just to maybe put medium on the palette somewhere, or light, whatever style of the palette it is, because it can be a little bit confusing. So this is what the palette looks like, however, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. If this is not in focus, I will do a extra shot for you, because I know my camera does not autofocus. But yeah, this is so beautiful. Perfect kind of neutral palette. You've got loads of mattes in there and loads of pretty shimmers, so you really can do every kind of neutral look you can imagine here. And I really do love P. Louise eyeshadows, so I'm assuming, I don't know, but I guess because they know each other very well, that maybe they have the same factory. So chances are I'm probably going to like these eyeshadows. Okay, so what shall we take first? Okay, so to pull in the like I'm now brunette theme of this video, I'm going to go in with the shade F18 from this palette right here, which is like this mid kind of brown colour, and I'm going to go for like a brown glittery sort of eye look. So I'm going to pick up this shade right here, and I'm taking that on a very, very old, all of the writing has scratched off. This is a MAC 217. Yep, I can see it indented in there. What a throwback. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure my eyeshadow base is nice and smooth. So I'm just gonna start with the outer corner and go for like a soft, well, we say soft, we know it's gonna be dramatic, kind of chocolatey brown eye. And I'm just gonna buff out this colour on the outer corner. Not the most pigmented brown I've ever seen in my life, I'm gonna be honest. But it seems to be blending quite nicely, so there is that. I do, just to note, have a little bit of texture on both eyebrow bones, which isn't completely fair to these eyeshadows, because I had my brows waxed in the lamination process, and where I use vitamin A, it made my skin peel a little bit. So just note that, and that's not necessarily on the eyeshadow, because of course if there's texture there and you're putting product on top of texture, it can't then smooth out the texture. I'm aware it won't look super even on the brow bone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is keep buffing this back and forth, and then focus that on the outer corner. I'm trying not to bring it up too high, winging it out a little bit, and then I just pull that very lightly into the inner corner as well. So far so good. They're blending really nicely. I just wouldn't say it's the most pigmented brown I've ever seen. I actually thought it was going to pack a little bit more punch, I'm going to be honest. I've never really tried much from Fine. I've tried the concealer before and it's okay. I just think the packaging, they've changed it since, was a bit excessive. It had like a long plasticky bit on top, which I just thought was a complete waste of space. And it was like really, really long as well. Like, that's not very travel friendly. I kind of get the aesthetic they were going for, but it just wasn't very practical. But I am curious to see kind of what we can come up with today. We need a little bit more brown in that inner corner area. Texture's really showing where I've waxed my eyebrow. I hope it gets smooth. I'm actually going to Let It Roll Festival tomorrow, but by the time you see this I would have already been. And tonight I'm getting a spray tan before I head off, and I feel like I'm gonna be a new woman with new hair, brows, spray tan, and I'm super excited about it. Getting ready for the holiday is like sometimes better than the holiday, in the sense of like I love the getting ready prepping process. Going to the airport, feeling all fresh, you know? Okay, I think if we add any more, it's gonna be really intense, and we've already kind of blown that out. But I would say that actually it has blended out really, really nicely. It is clinging to the texture, but that's not really the eyeshadow's fault. That is literally just the texture of my eye right now because of that damage to the skin. That really can't be helped. Okay, I'm going to do that right, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie, so we now have both kind of brown base of the eyes. In the viewfinder, it actually looks really pretty. It's just it's not really picking up the texture that well. This camera is super old, guys. And I am going to go up a couple of shade, I guess, up shades even, with the shade F20 right here, which is kind of like a mid beige kind of colour, and I'm going to use that to blend out this brown. I do want a kind of smokier look in the sense of like it blended and blown out quite nicely, but I don't want it to be too intense this time around. So I'm going to go ahead and take a Morphe M513 blending brush. This is nice and fluffy. And go ahead and pick up F20 from the fine palette, tap off by excess. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend this out. I'm just like tickling the edge of the shadow where it kind of meets the area of skin where there is no shadow. Does that make sense? So where the brown eyeshadow ends and my skin kind of touches, that's where I'm going to be tickling to blend this out. And don't forget to blend that kind of inner corner as well. I think a really good kind of rule of thumb with eyeshadow to test if it's good or not, mainly how they blend together. Like if the whole palette is designed to cohesively work together, that's always a really good sign. Colour payoff, of course, making sure it's nice and pigmented but not too much to the point of that it's tough to blend out. And of course, like longevity, like you want the eyeshadow to really last, which is super important. It's blending out really nicely. I think the brown is kind of losing a little bit of its spark, which is interesting. So I'll just go ahead and re-add in the chocolate brown afterwards and just make sure to kind of pull out that wing. The girl who did my brows did cut the end of the tail off, which I've only just noticed. And I know it's kind of like you measure it from the end of your nose to your eye, and actually that matches perfectly where it's supposed to be. So she's done exactly what is needed to be done, but I do prefer it if my tail goes down just a little bit more, like even just a few more hairs. But it's fine, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I just noticed that when I was blending my eyeshadow just then. So going little circular motions, and now we've got like good eyeshadow there. This is looking quite nice. The brown is looking a little bit patchy, but I genuinely think it's because of that blooming texture on my brow bone. Let's go on this one. This side has less texture than the other side, so hopefully I can kind of make something work here. I'm just using those tickling motions. You can see I'm holding the brush really far down. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I think this would be something like a really good beginner's eyeshadow palette to like play with for like neutral tones for every day. I'm excited to try a few of the shimmer shadows. Yeah, the matte shadows, they're okay. I'm not super excited by them, but that's fine. You don't have to be excited by every single makeup product in this world, and that's totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more of the darker brown back in because I feel like it's lost a little bit of life there. I tend to do this anyway when I'm blending out my eyeshadows. I go back and forth a few times to kind of build up the intensity that I'm after. Do you know what I think this look needs? It's a bit of highlight on the brow bone. Yeah, I think that's what this needs so far. Has anyone tried the other eyeshadow palettes from Fine Cosmetics or any of the other products from this brand? Let me know, and let me know like if there's anything you think that is worth trying. I'm not super convinced that you'll like probably be able to pick up on watching this footage. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit bored of playing with that brown, although this bit needs a little bit more of that mid-tone. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit bored of blending the browns back and forth, so let's go in with the shimmers. Okay, we have some beautiful shimmers to choose from in this palette, and I want to use at least two. I'm going to go for this one right here, which is called F01 on the end. There are two like brown shimmer shades in this palette. FO1 is way more warmer in tone. It has kind of like that bronze kind of undertone to it, whereas FO2 is kind of like a slate chocolate brown, if that makes any sense, like a cool tone brown. I'm going to go with the warmer one because I feel like I prefer warm shades on my eyes. It brings out that kind of green pigment in my eyes and makes it pop even more. So I'm going to go in with F01. It looks super sparkly in the pan, so I'm hoping that translates onto the eyes. And the brush that I'm using for this is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro number 7 brush. Nice flat kind of packer brush, I like to call them. Okay, I've gone into the shadow and I have a lot of eyeshadow on my brush, which I actually find is a good thing, especially for shimmers, because sometimes there's nothing worse than having to like dig your brush into the shadow. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna literally pack this on. I'm not putting any coloured base underneath. It's a good test. I'm so sad my camera just randomly stopped recording on that scene. I'll try and recreate the excitement for you. I put this onto my eye, swept it across, and was amazed at how sparkly it was. This is really pretty. The shimmers are gorgeous on first impression. Really, really nice colour payoff. Like, look at that. Just look at it. Watch it. Slow motion. Stunning. Yep, love. Okay, so the mattes in this palette may have not excited me that much, but the shimmers on the other hand, this is gorgeous. And the fact that I don't have any base on, like any coloured base under this shimmer shadow, is saying everything, because it shows how much pigment and like colour is in this. Because I find sometimes some shimmer shadows you'll have to pop on top of like a coloured base to make them pop, but this is popping all by itself. I like that a lot. The shimmers have me sold. I really like that shimmer. That makes me feel quite sexy and like gonna catch your eye. I'm into the shimmers. I'm just going to take a teeny tiny little bit of the dark brown and just wiggle it around the outer corner, just so we don't have that kind of line of where I put the shimmer. Do you know what? I think actually that's turned out really nicely. Again, I'm still not super excited about the mattes on like first impression with just those two shadows, but the shimmer has really caught my eye. Like, that is so pretty. It almost looks like I put a pressed pigment onto my lids, like the ones that you dip your brush into and put them on. So big fan of that, and I really like that chocolatey brown shimmery shade. I think we need a bit of a brow bone highlight here though. Do you know what? I've just looked at the palette and I feel like all of these shimmer shades might be a bit too intense for the brow bone. And I like bold makeup, but this one here has a bit more of like a silvery kind of flex to it from what I can see. So I don't actually think it might look a little bit too contrasty with the chocolate brown. Then these shades are going to be too dark for my skin tone. So I'm actually going to save it until I do my highlighter for my face at the end. So yeah, that's it for the main lid portion of the shadow. I am going to put some lower eyeshadow on in a little moment though. I'm then going to take the Morphe eyeliner in the shade Honeymoon. If you've watched my videos for a while here, or probably on Instagram or TikTok where I post way more frequently, I use the shades Bar and Trendsetter all the time. One of the two has been discontinued, but they're both like warm tone chocolatey brown shades, which would of course tie in perfectly with this look. But I thought I would give this one a go because it's been in my collection for a while. I've been meaning to try it. I actually really like Morphe's eyeliner pencils. I'm a big fan of Morphe in general, to be completely honest. So this shade Honeymoon, if I can open this up, it's like a mid brown, and I actually thought this could be quite interesting as an inner corner eyeliner, so let's give it a go. So this is in the shade Honeymoon. It's my favourite sound in the whole wide world. That wasn't big enough. Ready? Do it again. Oh, isn't that just the best sound ever? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this on my waterline and just see what it does, because it might be a nice in between of like a nude on the waterline and a brown. Okay, that is actually really pretty. It's like subtle, but it's doing something. It's kind of making my eyes pop quite a lot actually. Ooh, okay, I really like that. What do you think of this side by side? I'm trying not to wobble the camera a little bit. There we go. What do you think of this side by side? So this side has Honeymoon, the eyeliner pencil, and this side does not have anything. I think this one looks better. Looks more like sexier, you know? I really like that. It's like, it's actually very subtle. Like, it's not super intense, but it's doing something. I'm a fan. I think I might try that more often. So it's actually a light brown rather than the traditional like dark brown eyeliner pencil. I quite like that. yeah, I'm gonna save my lower eyeshadow, like lower lash line shadow, till later because of like concealer and stuff. So we're gonna do some liquid liner now, and I'm a little bit nervous because it's very hot in this room. I can't put my fan on because you'll hear it, and I feel like I've got fluff on my nose, and I feel like I'm just gonna be really shaky. So we have a new liquid liner to try. This is the Fenty Beauty liquid liner, the long wear liquid eyeliner fly liner in the shade In Big Truffle. I swatched this in the Sephora store and I thought it was such a beautiful chocolate brown shadow, and this is the perfect look to try out this new liquid liner. So we're gonna give it a go. I've only really tried base products and lip products from Fenty, I think. I've not tried anything from her eye range, so this will be a new addition. This is the packaging right here. Nice silver sleek design. There's like a triangle kind of shape to it. Yeah, looks really, really cute. So give that a go. Now give it a good old shake like you do. And I'm also going to start putting all of my eyeliners in a tub upside down, because since the launch of the Huda Beauty lip contour pens and everyone's saying store them upside down, it makes so much sense to store my eyeliners upside down as well so they don't dry out as quick. So yeah, store them upside down. Okay, let's give this a go. Okay, this is the colour. Really beautiful kind of chocolatey brown colour, and I like that it's warm in tone as well. I know cool tones are kind of trending, but I'm still holding on to my warm tones. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my eyes to start with. Ooh, okay, it's really smooth, which I really like. You know how some eyeliners can be a little bit like choppy? This is really smooth, really nice. First impression here. Build it up a little bit and pull it towards the outer corner. Just want to see if I like the colour on my eyes. I do. It's definitely one of those colours that is adding something, you know? And I think this would look really pretty with a no eyeshadow, like everyday kind of look as well. And then I'm going to start from the outer corner and pull up towards my brow. Not too far. Oh, my finger like went whoosh, and then I'm going to pull that in. This is not the best eyeliner I've ever done because my finger like kind of twitched. This is nice, it's really smooth. Okay, the wing's not actually too bad. Yeah, I think once I tidy up the eyeshadow it'll be fine. So that is with the eyeliner, with and without. I really like it. It's added a nice like warm chocolatey brown shadow, and it's really tying in with that whole chocolatey brown kind of vibe. I'm a fan of that. I've messed up this liner a little bit, but it's okay. Do you know what? I've actually forgotten how to do eyeliner, guys. I have to rely on tape to get a crisp line. That is okay. But yeah, anyway, in terms of this eyeliner, I give this a 10 out of 10. I love, just on first impressions, it's really smooth, like it glides on really easy, super foolproof and easy to apply. And now it makes me want to go ahead and pick up the black one as well. So yeah, big fan of this. Before mascara, I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes. These are the Tatti Lashes eyelash curlers. They are really good. They curve my eye. They hold the curve of my eye really well. Then I'll squeeze and then do the other eye. And you can see my famous blonde eyelash on this side. It always goes back blonde. Very strange. So I do have a new mascara to try. This is the Lancome Lash Idol Flutter Extension Mascara right here. I love the Lancome Lash Idol mascara. It's the one with the curved wand. I think it's so good. It separates the lashes beautifully. The only thing I have to say about that mascara is it does dry up pretty quick, but not in the good way. So I'm intrigued to see how this goes. I do actually really love Lancome makeup, you know. So this is what it looks like. It's a really small kind of narrow brush right there. And this is what it looks like. I think this would be really good for like lower lashes, initially just looking at the wand. But we're gonna go ahead and apply this to our top lashes. Ooh, okay. That's really lifted them up. Oh, okay, look at that. There's just a few little strokes there. I like the fact that the wand is skinny because you're less likely to make a mess. And I always make a mess with my mascara. You're doing mascara if you don't make a funny face. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks really pretty. You can see that right there. Doesn't feel too heavy on my eyes, which I quite like as well. It's really easy to get them nice and separated. It's definitely more of like a lengthening, sort of fluttery mascara. I really like that. Yeah, really nice, really easy to use, which I love. And that's with both eyes done. I really like this mascara. I think it's separated the lashes really nicely. Naturally, it's a little bit difficult to tell because I've got such intense deep eye shadow on. That made no sense. Whereas if I had light eyeshadow on, you could definitely see. But if I look up, you'll see what it's done to my lashes. I think it looks really pretty and fluttery. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the face. I've got quite a few new face products to try, which I'm really excited about. I've just done so much like makeup shopping, PR, like just collating a lot of new makeup recently. And it got to the point where I kind of forgot about it. Like, you know, there's worse problems to have in this life. I'm very lucky. And I just forgot what I had accumulated. So I'm very excited about this. The first product is one that I'm probably the last person on the internet to try. And this is the Maybelline Grippy Primer. This is one of those primers that has a lot to like tack, like a lot of tack to it, in the sense of it will be really sticky, but that's a good thing because it will hold onto your makeup really well. Also matches my nails really nicely, which is very aesthetic. I love that. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this straight on. I'm going to do the classic annoying influencer thing and just do a few dots on my face and then wonder why it splashes everywhere. The thing is, when I do my own makeup, I don't actually do this. I'll put it on my fingers and then on my face. But I think I just want to get the whole experience, you know. Oh, it's dripping inside my nose. There we go. I'm just going to start massaging this in my lower section of my face. The key with the grippy primer is to rub it in as much as you can so it's distributed evenly, and then let it actually like dry down for like 30 seconds to a minute to become tacky. It's starting to become tacky already, oh my goodness. And then I'm going to pop a little bit onto my forehead as well. For me, I've definitely got more dry skin nowadays, so I don't really have a lot of issue with makeup slipping and sliding off my face unless I'm like touching my face a lot. So this is really useful to have for those kinds of days. And yeah, it's really intrigued to try this. Everyone's been saying it's really good. Should we see how sticky it is? Oh, did you see that? Look at that side. Oh, okay, there we go, got some nice stickiness there. Yeah, I like this so far. I don't know in terms of like makeup longevity, I've not actually tried this before of course, but it says it's going to help your makeup last for up to 24 hours. Maybelline, that's a big claim to make. So yeah, I like the feel of this. It feels a little bit like the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which is my favourite of the grippy primers. But I like it on first impressions. Feels nice on the skin. So let's move across to foundation, but first I have a new sponge to try. This is the Sigma 3D HD Blender. I think I have tried this a few times in the past. I did use it for a while and I've forgotten what it's like to use this, so I thought I would like show you using a new sponge in this video as well. After I got into the box, oh my god. After I got into the box, this is what the sponge looks like. It's like an angular kind of sponge. It'd be good for like getting those contoured areas. I'm probably going to mainly use this for my foundation, but I'm going to go ahead and wet it and I'll be right back. So I just wet the sponge and we're back. There we go, that's what it looks like right here. It feels nice and soft. Squeezed out the excess as much as I can so I don't get water all over my face. And now for foundation, which I'm super excited to try, is the Rem Beauty foundation. This is in the shade Light 7C. This is the Sweetener foundation. I've seen people use this and say they actually genuinely really love it. And I swatched a few shades in Boots. I did do a little video like going makeup therapy shopping and it's in this video, and I settled for Light 7C because I realised sometimes it's actually quite nice on my skin tone to have that more like pink undertone. If it is too pink it does wash me out though, weirdly. But yeah, let's give this a go. I'm really excited to try this and I really hope that I like it because she was not cheap. Rem Beauty is kind of like a mid-range sort of price I find, but yeah, this foundation wasn't cheap. I forgot how much it was, but I'll put everything in the description box down below. So this is the packaging right here. I actually really like the fact that the logo is on the side of the bottle, so like if you were to put all the foundations side by side it would line up really nicely, and the packaging is genius because think how easily that's going to slot into your makeup bag, it being this shape rather than like a bulky big square. Really like this, so I really hope I like this foundation, Miss Ariana Grande. Okay, I was listening to the Physicians album this morning when I was curling my hair. So let's just go into it. I am a put it on the sponge and put it on my face kind of girl. I know it's easier sometimes to like put it on the face for an even distribution, but like I am not clean girl aesthetic. So here we go. Right, I'm gonna go for like 2.5 pumps at the moment. I don't know how much you need. I think it's supposed to be like full coverage. Blur skin to soft focus perfection with this lightweight foundation infused with REM Hydra Smooth Essence and botanicals known to help correct dullness and reduce the look of pores and hyperpigmentation. Gently shake. I did not shake it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's got squalane in there as well. Oh, I love a bit of squalane. Amazing. Okay, cool. So let's have a little go with this. Okay, the shade is really nice actually. Yeah, I like the shade. I can kind of tell what shades that I like when I have a bit of tan on. This is nice. Okay, we're blending it out with this sponge. I'm really excited about this. I just really hope I like this foundation because, I don't know, it just felt like a bit of an investment, you know? Miss Ariana Grande. Initially, I really like the finish of this foundation. Just initially like blending it out. It's going onto the skin quite nicely and all. I can get into the wing area with this sponge very easily, which is nice. Okay, what I've noticed is it is actually drying down quite quickly, which is interesting. I'm gonna keep on blending and then let you know what I think, because we could be here all day, but I'm liking it so far. We're back and safe to say, I love it. It reminds me of like a lighter weight feeling of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter or Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation, which is one of my all-time favourite foundations. It's the really full coverage one. This does feel a little bit lighter on my skin, but it still has exceptional coverage. I am like a medium to full coverage kind of girl with my foundations. I like a skin tint or like a tinted SPF for every day, but when I'm doing makeup, I want to do makeup, you know? I really like this. I think it's sitting on the skin really, really beautifully. It's not like enhancing texture too much, like where there is texture, where I've got a little bit like around here. It's not enhancing it too much that I found in other kind of similar texture or finish foundations. It's really, really nice. Really like this. Thumbs up from me. This is the Rem Beauty Sweetener Foundation in the shade Light 7C. So gorgeous, so happy, I love it, and I just love the packaging as well. 10/10 from me for that. Next up we have a new cream bronzer to try, which has been a hot minute since I got into a new cream bronzer. I'm very excited to try this. This is from Rodial. This is their Blurring Bronzer Cream Bronzer in the shade... Why don't people put shades on things? Okay, I'm gonna open it and have a little look. So this is from Rodial. Rodial is quite a premium priced brand, so hopefully it will kind of do the talking. Okay, and weirdly it doesn't say the shade. I don't know if it just comes in one shade. I'm a bit confused by that, Rodial. It just says Blurring Bronzer. There is no shade on it, but it looks like this. Beautiful packaging. If you have a name beginning with R, I'm sure you will love this product because it has your initial on it, which I think is really cool. And also my boyfriend's name begins with R, so maybe this is an R for Reese. So this is what it looks like right here, the Blurring Bronzer. I'm assuming there's more than one shade. Hopefully when I go to edit this video and put all the descriptions together and everything, it does have more than one shade, because that's not great if there's only one. But let's go ahead and give this a go. I'm taking a Smashbox cream cheek brush. I'm really struggling with my words today. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of this cream bronzer on my brush. Load that up right there. Just went to go tap off the excess. There's no excess. And I'm going to go ahead and start bronzing face. I'm going to start with the outer corner, like literally right where that cheekbone is. I like to wiggle back and forth and then bring that into the kind of temple area. Okay, the finish of this is really nice. It reminds me a little bit of the Curve Case, but less intense. Really nice. It's not too dark, which is good. So maybe there are different shades. I really like my eyeshadow, I'm just looking at it now. Okay, that actually is blending really nicely. I really like the tone of this. I go on the tops of my forehead always. I do feel like I have quite a large forehead and I wear a middle parting nowadays, which obviously doesn't help to hide it. So I always like to put bronzer on the top of my forehead, kind of narrow the appearance just a little bit. If you ever see me post a selfie that's like quite long, I tend to try and chop off the top of my head when I'm posting it. Someone outside found that really funny. So I'm just blending out the edge of my forehead. This is actually going into the skin really nicely. Like, it's very effortlessly blending. Like very sun-kissed, natural sort of cream bronzer. This would be really good for holiday, I think. Yeah, this is nice. It's not my favourite in the sense of like I'm like, oh my god, I need to put all of my other cream bronzers in the bin kind of vibes, but this is really nice. I'm enjoying using this, blending into the rest of my makeup really nicely. It's a nice warm kind of sun-kissed tone. I'm going to do a little bit for the sneeze. I'm going to go down the sides of my nose, a little wiggle just for some extra definition, and then under the lip as well for a little bit of a pout. Yeah, that's really nice. It's definitely not super intense, but in a good way. I think it looks quite natural, so I do quite like that. Yeah, Rodial, you get a thumbs up from me for this. Okay, another exciting product to try. I'm getting very excited. I've got back to full glam on. This is the first time I've had full glam on since I've done my new hair, so this is helping with the identity crisis a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on a Fenty Beauty concealer. This is the Hydrating Long Wear Concealer, which I have not tried before, and this is in the shade 185C. Hopefully I picked the shades right when I was in store. I'm really in like a Fenty Beauty purchasing era. I've like purchased a few of her lip products recently too. So this is the packaging right here. I have tried the like original formula of concealer, yeah, and I did like it, so I wanted to pick this up, which is the hydrating version as a dry skin kind of gal. So yeah, this is in 185C, which I think could be quite a good colour. Hopefully it's the right one. Let's pop this on, shall we? It's got a really nice like curved sort of wand there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this underneath the eyes and underneath that wing. Well, it feels very soft on the skin, which I like. This is a good shade. This foundation and concealer go really well together in terms of shades. Yay! Okay, down the nose, tip of the nose. I like to go around the sides of my mouth as well. I'm going to put a little bit here and here where I get a bit red. It smells of something, but I can't tell you what that is. Interesting. Okay, I like the fact that it clicks. I like a good clicking closure product. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. I always start with my forehead because it's the bit that I care least about in terms of coverage. It's more just to kind of make sure it's even. You don't want like highlighted under eyes and then you've put like nothing on your forehead and it just looks like a bit of a contrast. So I always put concealer on my forehead. Blending that all out. Yeah, that's gone into the skin really nicely. I kind of knew that I would like this. You know, when you can just tell that you will like a product before you even use it. That is an actual thing. And nothing makes me happier in life than talking about products that I like. Like, who wants to talk about crap products? I don't, you know, it's just not fun. Okay, that's really nice on my nose. Okay, let's do the mouth. I feel like this helps to like brighten this area. And then my chin. My skin is so much better than it used to be a few years ago, but I do get the occasional spot. It usually is around the hormonal areas. This one on my chin, and you can see this bump, is from drinking alcohol around sort of like summertime and stuff. Every time I drink alcohol I break out, so yeah. Okay, I like that on my chin. That's sitting really nicely. Now let's do under the eyes. So I'm gonna use this side of the sponge to blend out just underneath that wing. Oh, okay, this sponge is really good if you want to like sharpen up like under your like wing outer corner area. Blending out underneath the eyes, a little tappy motions. Yeah, the finish on this is beautiful. In terms of creasing, there is no such thing as a creaseless concealer because naturally our under eyes have creases. But of course, some concealers can accentuate it far more than others. So hopefully this does not do that. I'm guessing because it says hydrating, it's not going to do that. You know what I just realised is I forgot to put eyelashes on, probably because I love the mascara so much. I didn't notice because the eyes are so dark anyway. I am still going to put them on, but I'm going to wait till I powder because I've got like wet face products on. Okay, I am back and I absolutely love this concealer. This is so beautiful. The finish is so nice. You can still kind of see my skin through, but like in a good way. Like I've got a little bit of like freckles around here. You can kind of see it, but it kind of full coverage. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so beautiful. It looks like skin in a way. The finish is absolutely gorgeous. Really love this concealer. This definitely will be going in like my everyday kind of makeup routine. Really love this. And again, this is the shade 185C. If you are of a similar skin tone for me, this definitely could work for you. I might pick up a lighter shade for like really accentuating that inner corner as well. So for cream blush, I am cheating a little bit because I've used this formula before, but just not this shade. This is the Iconic Iconic London Blurring Blush Stick in the shade Daiquiri. I have another one of the shades. It's like a peachy kind of shade and I use it quite often, but I'm going to use a different shade today, and this is what it looks like. It's like a stick kind of blush that looks like this. This is in the shade Daiquiri, which is more of like a muted tone actually, which is perfect for this look. I'm going to apply it with this angled kabuki brush from Revolution. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it directly to the brush like that, rather than like on my face. I usually just do it that way if I'm honest, but I want a more flawless kind of look today, you know, embracing the new hair colour and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and just stipple that onto cheeks. That shade's really pretty. What I really like about these blush sticks is they're really buildable. I do go quite heavy-handed myself when I apply them because I am quite heavy-handed in makeup anyway. But look, a little bit of that and look at the difference it's made to my complexion. It's very grey white outside today, so there is a little bit of that kind of colouring coming through annoyingly, but hopefully you are able to see how pretty that shade is. I'm kind of bigging it up and I've only used it this first time, but I really like the formula of these. They're very like long lasting for what they are. It's like a blush stick, but yeah, I really like that shade. Yeah, that's in the shade Daiquiri. These blush sticks are perfect if you want that like quick kind of summer makeup, or like a quick out the door blush, because they're really easy to apply. Really like that. I knew I'd like it anyway because I have tried this formula before, but not in this shade, so I did cheat a little bit. I hope that's okay. So this is the Iconic London Blurring Blush Stick. Okay, now for one of my sometimes least favourite parts of my makeup, which is loose powder, just because how messy it is. But I'm really excited to try this. I've been on the hunt to try a new loose powder. My favourite powder is the Jordana Tisha one. It is so beautiful. I actually have it here and you can see this is my second one and it's completely used like right to the bottom. I can't get this last bit of product. If anyone knows how to open these fully, let me know. And it also comes with a pressed powder on top, which I've started to go through as well. And this is in the shade Half Baked. It just sits on the skin so beautifully, but it is also so messy, so I don't really like enjoy doing the loose powder part of my makeup that much compared to other steps. But with that being said, I'm going to be trying out the One Size powder. I've never tried anything from One Size, would you believe it? So I'm really excited about this. I love the whole aesthetic of the brand. Obviously Patrick created this. He's, you know, in the drag queen vibes, so like his makeup is going to be like full on, full coverage, glam, pack it on, long lasting, which I'm so here for. And this is in the shade Ultra Peach. Now the only reason I got this shade is because I made a beeline for Sephora this day and I was absolutely dedicated to getting this powder, and the translucent was out of stock and I only had one mini that I spotted in like the mini section that was like obviously put there from someone trying to like reserve it for later, but I wanted the full size, so I picked up Ultra Peach and just hope that this will work. I've never tried a peach powder before, so this should be fun. But also, can we just please take a second to appreciate this packaging? Oh, and oh my god, look how much it matches my nails. Look, have you ever seen something more like aesthetic? Look at that. Look at my nails with the powder. Amazing. Yeah, so gorgeous. So if I like this, obviously I'll be going eventually to get the translucent one, but I thought maybe I could use this underneath my eyes if I don't like it across the whole face. So let's just go in, shall we? We got quite a lot of product in here as well. I think you get, how many do you get? 34 grams, which is a lot of powder, guys. Like, that's a lot of powder. So okay, let's open this up. It comes with a sifter in there, it's nice and protected. You lift this up and then peel off the sticky. Gimme. There we go. Oh, how satisfying. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in the lid. I don't know what I'm doing. So here we go. We're gonna go into the lid. I think we've got enough powder in there. We'll give it a little shake so all the balls kind of open a little bit, you know, like when the powder balls up. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna quickly smooth out the creases underneath my eyes and then go in with a powder puff, get that all coated up there on the sides, just for good like coverage, and tap off powder on my hand. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go underneath my eye with this peachy powder. The thing with powder is it's always going to smooth a little bit. That's literally what powder is designed to do. But you can always tell like a good powder from a bad powder with how it sits on top of the rest of your makeup. You can kind of layer it and it doesn't cake up. Because I like the full coverage, but I obviously don't want to look like crepey from too much powder. Okay, that's really nice. That's definitely not as like peachy as I would have thought, because the colour in the pan is very peachy, but oh my god, that's really nice actually. Okay Patrick, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm gonna actually, now I know that it's not like as peach as it looks here, I'm gonna powder my chin with this, because that's why I always powder, because although I am more dry like skin type nowadays, I do still get a little bit oily on my chin, and of course it's so humid here in the UK, so you really want to protect from that humidity. Going around my upper lip area so you don't get that sula. It's really nice, and that's not like as peach as I thought it would be, but in a good way, like it's not like bright. I'm gonna go ahead and powder the rest of the face. I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush, and this is where it gets really messy and I get powder everywhere. I've just vacuumed and mopped yesterday in preparation for my holiday. I've definitely just got makeup all over the floor. When you shake it, it looks really like finely milled. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap this powder all over the face now for a light dusting. Okay, do you know what? This powder is beautiful. I know I said before, like powders genuinely, like the whole purpose is to smooth the skin and like set it down into place. Some powders naturally will be a bit more blurring than others. So like I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it blurred my whole skin, because that's what it's supposed to do. But that's what it's done. It's really smooth the skin, and the finish is very flawless. I really want the original shade now. I'm a fan, and I'm very happy that this actually works. I think if I was a little bit paler, it might be a bit much, but if I have a little bit of tan on my neck, this is sitting really nicely. Big thumbs up from me, and I still have loads of powder left in the pan, so I suppose you won't actually go through as much as you think. I'm just gonna very carefully like put it back in there. Yeah, I'm a fan of this powder. This gets a big thumbs up from me, and this is the most cutest packaging I think I've ever seen ever. Pink and red. I'm so here for it, as you can tell from my nails. Next up, we have a bronzer to try. This is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Fahrenheit bronzer in the shade Flare, which is a luxe powder bronzer for face and body. I've used the Be Perfect blushes of this range and the highlighter, and it's really beautiful. So I think I will really like this. I got this from TikTok Shop. I thought we'd try it here on YouTube. Be Perfect Cosmetics has such beautiful products. I use their eyeshadow palettes all the time. The Carnival Tahiti palette I literally use like every festival pretty much, and it's still going really strong, so definitely check out Be Perfect Cosmetics if you haven't already. This is what the bronzer looks like. Really beautiful reflective packaging, and this is what the bronzer looks like. This is like a kind of olivey toned bronzer actually, and we'll give it a go and just see if this works. I did pick out the shade myself from a TikTok Shop. This was gifted to me from Be Perfect Cosmetics through TikTok Shop, so I couldn't really tell the shade too much, but hopefully this works. I'm going to take a big fluffy powder brush. This is my very old, well-loved Sigma F25 brush, and if you are new to my channel and have obviously made it this far throughout the video, you may or may not know that these marks here are actually from my old dog, who was like chewing the brush, and obviously it's been washed since then, but because he's passed, I can't bear myself to ever get rid of this brush. It just feels very like personal. So yeah, that is what that is, if you are wondering. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up this brush, tap off the excess, because it looks like I've got quite a lot on there actually. I'm gonna tap the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna hold my hair back, start kind of tickling the outer perimeters of my face. I saw a video recently that said like, if you don't like your makeup, you just need more bronzer, and I actually so get that, because right now looking on the viewfinder, I just look kind of like one sort of colour on my face, and you need like dimension and different like shades going on to make it look nice. That's really pretty. Okay, I didn't think this shade was going to work because it looks quite olive in the pan, but actually that's really nice. It's given a nice kind of sun-kissed kind of hue to the skin. Really pretty. Okay, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot actually. Blending into like my powder really nicely. Just loading up my forehead as we did earlier. If you want your makeup to last, always follow cream with powder. Do a cream bronzer, a powder bronzer, cream blush, powder blush. And that really is the key to making your makeup last. Made my hair go so frizzy where I've been like brushing it all around. Go under my neck as well, and then just kind of tap it across my nose. Okay, I really like that bronzer. It's a really beautiful tone. It's blended into the skin really beautifully. Yep, thumbs up from me. This is going very well, you guys. There's nothing I've been like really upset about. This is a very good video. Just realised I forgot to put out a new powder blush. So before I go ahead and figure out what I'm going to do with my powder blush step, I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. These are the Girls with Attitude Fantasy lashes. They're just really pretty, like slightly bigger at the outer corner lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these on and I'll be right back. I'm back with the lashes on and I definitely am loving this look far more with those lashes on. Didn't even have to cut these ones down, you know, and they feel really comfortable on my eyes. I think they're really, really pretty. But because this look now looks quite top heavy, I am going to put a little bit of eyeshadow just on the lower lash line. I'm going to take the shade F18, the same that I used in the crease of the eye, on this little teeny tiny brush. This is from one of the Morphe collections, and I'm just going to run this underneath my lower lash line. This is going to be very subtle, but it's just going to stop the eye look being so like top heavy. I'm not putting on a lot of this, just a little dusting. Do you see the difference there? It just adds a little bit of something to underneath the eye so it doesn't look so like top heavy there. And I'm going to take a blush that I'm very excited to use. This is like a very famous favourite. It's been repackaged. I kind of miss the old school MAC packaging, but that's just me. This is the MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Warm Soul. I've heard so much goodness about this blush. There is a guy on YouTube, on TikTok, and I've forgotten his username, but he does videos in his car and he talks about MAC products, and every time I watch his videos it really makes me want to go and buy loads of MAC products. So I actually requested this for my birthday, and Reese, my boyfriend, got this for me kindly for my birthday, which I'm very thankful for, so thank you if you are watching. And I definitely just got blush everywhere trying to clean it off. But this is what it looks like. So this is what the shade looks like in the shade Warm Soul. It's a very neutral, pretty blush. It's got a teeny bit of sheen through it, but like nothing too intense. So I'm gonna do a light dusting of this on the cheeks. And considering I got this for my birthday, which was the end of May and it is now the end of July, it shows how long I've had this and I've not had the chance to try it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that onto my brush. This is a Zoeva Luxe Cheek Finish brush. Just start to cover off the excess. Just do a really light kind of dusting. Ooh, pretty. It has like a little bit of like a gold kind of sheen to it when you do buff that in. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that. Good like everyday, like when you don't know what blush to wear kind of blush. Yeah, I love this. This is going to be one of those everyday makeup products. And this is in the shade Warm Soul. I'm just going to quickly take off the foundation off my lips. I'm now going to try out a setting spray. This is the Morphe SPF 30 Sun Setter setting spray. I got this like a year ago, I want to say, at a event with Morphe, which was amazing, so thank you so much. But I just only got around to trying it. I don't know what I did with this, but I just kind of lost it for ages. And because I'm going to a music festival holiday abroad literally tomorrow, I would love to have an SPF setting spray. I love everything with SPF in. I think why not add that extra layer of protection? The only thing I have with an SPF setting spray is just the risk of like white dots coming onto your face, a bit like when you have like a powdery setting spray, they can have that risk. So this is what it looks like right here, the Morphe SPF Sun Setter setting spray. When you get a new setting spray, my tip is to always spray it away from you. First of all, just to kind of get rid of the initial splat. So I've got that. I'm scared. So here we go. We're going to spray this all over the face. Okay, that was weird. Like in some places I feel like I felt it and in other places I couldn't, but it smells really good. It smells like holiday. Oh my god. I was not expecting it to smell this delightful. Oh my god. Why does it smell so good? It smells like coconuts and holiday and happiness. Moment of truth. Okay, I think we're okay. Don't have any white splodges around. The mist is actually quite fine. I think maybe just at some points went a bit too close to my face. I like this. Yeah, hasn't disturbed my makeup or left any white dots, which is what I was worried about. That bit needs to be dried a little bit more on the upper lip. Yep, I'm a fan, and this smells unreal. It's got fragrance in it, which is why it smells good. I don't mind fragrance in my makeup products, or my skincare products, to be completely honest with you, but that literally smells unreal. That smells so good. This actually smells like if I was to imagine Sol de Janeiro bringing out like another sort of limited edition summer scent, that's what I'd imagine they would do, like a more coconutty version. This is really, really nice. Yep, this is coming to Let It Roll Festival with me. Okay, I'm now just going to quickly pop some mascara on my lower lashes just to kind of complete the eye look. This is that Flutter Extension Slash from Lancome. Oh yeah, this works beautifully on the lower lashes. This fluttery look. I really like this mascara, guys. Really nice. I love how skinny the wand is. Okay, I think this look may need some highlighter, which I'm excited about because we're nearly done. So I have two highlighters that I would like to try. I've got the Rodial Glass Highlighter, which is like a liquid highlight in the shade Champagne Glow, and then the MAC Whisper of Guilt Extra Dimension Skin Finish, which I know is another cult favourite, but I personally have not tried it, and I got this for my birthday, so I would really like to use it. I think sometimes it's nice to throw love to like those nostalgic makeup products. So we do have two options. I might try both. Why not? Why not? So I'm going to go in with the Rodial Glass Highlighter, which has some really pretty packaging. And I'm just going to, because I don't know what this is going to be like with my top of my makeup, and I do want to take some selfies and do a few. I think that's literally all I'm going to do. Just going to do like a large-ish dot on both cheekbones. Also smells like something and I can't tell you what that is. I'm just going to use, what am I going to use? I think I'll use my fingers, blend this out. A ring finger, then I'll grab my other finger, pick up some excess product, just keep kind of tapping it around. Because the thing is with liquid highlighters is you never really know how they're going to work on top of other makeup, like on top of a set face. And I think that's where not fear can come in. Okay, that's actually blending in quite nicely. And that's really pretty, guys. This makeup video is going so well. I'm literally loving everything that I'm trying. I think the only thing off the top of my head that I've not like loved has been the matte eyeshadows in the Fine palette. They weren't my favourite, but I didn't hate them. Like I would still use the palette again. I just wasn't obsessed with them. But yeah, everything has gone really, really well in today's video, which is amazing news, because it would be really bad if like I just changed my hair over to a completely new me and then I didn't like my makeup, you know, like that would not make me feel very good. That's really pretty. That actually does sit really well on top of the face powder. I'm tempted to use it again like on top of makeup that I haven't powdered down. I just actually kind of forgot that I had this. I like that. Now let's up. Oh, that looks really pretty. Look at that. Okay, so let's go on to the powder highlighter. I'm taking the MAC Whisper of Guilt Extra Dimension highlighter. Look how gorgeous that is. It's so like untouched and just stunning. I am going to take a highlighter brush. This is a Show one fluffy, like basically just a massive fluffy eyeshadow blending brush. I'm going to go into the, I'm too scared to touch it, it looks so gorgeous. Okay, I have to though. Right, here we go. So pretty. You know when they say like highlighters coming back? I never really left the highlighter. Like I kept it with me through 2016, through lockdown, through post-COVID, through to 2025. I never stopped wearing highlighter. I love highlighter. Okay, so let's pack on some highlighter. Here we go. On top of the cream. I thought it was gonna pop. Oh damn. Yeah, that combination. Like, look at my cheek. Look at my cheek. A little bit under the temple. My arm just like cramped up then, that was weird. I'm just like tickling the top of my cheekbone. Blend that up to the temple. Oh my god, wow. Like, this camera does not pick up like fine details, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the Canon EOS 600D and I got this from eBay many years ago. When I first got it, I think it did focus for a little bit, maybe, I don't know, but it's never really autofocus. It doesn't pick up fine details. It's just not great. I'm just using it until I can, you know, invest in a better camera. But if this camera picks up a highlight to this level, you know it's good. This is love. Okay, yep, love it. I get why everyone loves this shade of highlighter. I always like to put some on the tip of my nose. Love my lip as well. I always think looks really pretty down the bridge of my nose. And then we are going to put a little bit on the brow bone as well. So I'm just going to grab some on a Sigma Exact Blend E32 and I'm just going to dust the top of my brow bone with that. Oh yep, that's exactly what this look needed. Insane. Stunning, stunning, so stunning. Right at the top of that brow bone, obviously. Don't want to be uneven now, do we? And I'm also going to pop some just on the inner corner of my eye for a nice little pop of shimmer. Well, shimmer, it's not really shimmery, it's just sheeny. Okay, I'm so happy with this, guys. Like, I feel pretty. I can still smell that setting spray every so often. That is so nice. Okay, what now is the lips. I'm gonna film a little IG lip swatch video, so just bear with me while I set up. Onto the lips. So excited, guys. Like, I'm really excited to put these on my lips finally. I got myself a Makeup by Mario lip combination. I've been influenced, okay? I have found a new YouTube, like, comfort YouTuber, Dose of Josephine. She just inspires me so much to be like my best glam self. That she is obsessed with the Makeup by Mario lip liner in the shade Smoky Pink, which looks like a shade that I would absolutely love. Swatched it in store and safe to say I absolutely loved it, so I picked it up. But yeah, I'm really excited to try this on my lips, like genuinely I'm really excited. So yeah, let's give this a go and like complete the look with a Makeup by Mario lip combo. You know, it's so cool. It comes with a bloody lip liner. How cool. It comes with a little lip liner. How handy is that? A makeup artist would know. I'm filming an Instagram video at the same time, so it's very difficult to do both. But we're gonna go ahead and pop this lip liner on, which I feel like I'm just gonna love. It's like not too pink, not too brown. I really like that lip liner shade. I feel like I knew I would, but I really like it. I'm getting so happy about this. Like, I love it when my makeup goes right. Just filling in the lip a little bit. And then what's really cool about it is it has a brush on the other side. I'm going to use this to like blend in the lip liner a little bit. I love that lip liner. It was easy to apply. It's a nice like wooden pencil. Comes with a sharpener and it's this nice, like, I don't know how to explain it. Just like a not too pink, not too brown sort of shade. It's really pretty. It's something that I definitely would draw towards. And then for the final touch of this look, I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in the shade Rosewood Glow. So excited to like have this makeup on my face. Like, I'm genuinely feel very happy right now. Cool, okay, here we go. So this is what the lip looks like. It's really pretty simple, of course, in true like Mario fashion packaging, but it does look really nice and aesthetic. Don't want too much of this, just a little clip. We all know what happened with those MAC lip balms, okay? The squirty lip balms. You just need to twist out a little amount, like a literal slither of the lip product. Oh my god, wow. Okay, the trick is to not put a lot of this on. I think I put way too much product. It's like all melted around the top. Yeah, I've gotten too much. I'm gonna tap that in. I feel like I want to clean it, but I'm just gonna put the lid on for now. I do love it. It's slightly tingly, slightly minty. It's not hurting my lips. You know, I think next time I might just take it on my finger and dab it because you don't need a lot of it. and I've got it on my nose somehow. Okay, and this is the finished makeup look. The lip, by the way, is gorgeous. I just definitely put way too much product on. Like, you only need like not even a slither. I actually would take your finger and just dab a little bit on, but it's not sticky at all. Gorgeous, and it's making my lips look nice and like plump and juicy. I feel very pretty right now, guys. Like, I'm really happy with how this video went. Like, there's so many good makeup products in here. I'll give you a quick rundown, a recap of like not so great and like highlights. So of course, the fine eyeshadow palette, the shimmers in here are gorgeous. The mattes are okay. They're not super pigmented for the ones that I did use, but obviously I do have the texture on my brow bone, which added to a little bit of like texture when blending. But yeah, shimmers are gorgeous, but the mattes didn't really excite me that much, that I will say. I think this is the light palette now, looking at this, by the way. Favorite product, I think, actually from this video is probably the foundation, just because I love a good foundation, but genuinely this just sits on the skin so nicely. Where I've powdered and I've been talking, I've been filming for ages, I'm really taking my time with this video. It's lasting on the skin really nicely, like it's sitting well. Sometimes I do a foundation and within like half an hour it kind of separates. This is really, really gorgeous. I'm loving the finish of this. This is the Rem Beauty Sweetener Foundation. Real 10/10 here, really like that. Another highlight for me was the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Concealer. These two together made a really good mix on the skin, which is like nothing beats that feeling. I don't know how to explain it when you find like a really good makeup combination. The lip liner is gorgeous. I love that shade. I do want to pick up maybe like a lighter shade. It is quite deep, but I do like wearing a deep nudie sort of toned lip. And the serum is pretty. It's kind of giving super juiciness. Just don't apply loads of product because it will go a bit overboard. It's starting to kind of build up in my outer corners of my lips, but that's just because of me and I've put too much product on, just to know. Obviously that highlighter is gorgeous, that combination, which was the Rodial Glass highlighter and then the MAC Whisper of Guilt highlighter. Both absolutely beautiful. This is actually really, really nice, this Rodial one. It is quite expensive, so I don't know if it would be something that I'd be running out the door to purchase. It was kindly gifted to me in PR, so thank you, Rodial. I do really, really love this, but I just don't know if it's one that I would like run out of the door like right now to purchase, if you know what I mean. But it is really pretty. However, the MAC one on the other hand, I think you all need this in your collection like right now. This is so pretty. Like look at that. It's so gorgeous. It's like picking up the light in all of the best ways. Looks stunning on the brow bone. Gorgeous. Love, love, love. Finally for me, one that I didn't think would be one of my highlights, but it's actually the Morphe SPF setting spray. This smells insane, and my makeup looks beautiful. It hasn't separated it or anything, and I've got extra SPF protection, you know, perfect. I wouldn't rely on this for SPF protection because of course you're not going to get a full amount of coverage, but if you want like a little top up on top of your makeup or like throughout the day, this is a really nice kind of addition to like refresh your makeup with a little bit of extra protection. So really, really like this, and this is definitely coming on holiday to that festival with me. So yeah, this is the finished makeup look, guys, with the kind of like reveal of my new hair as well. I hope you liked watching this video. I know for a fact I've been talking for ages, so this is a very long video. So if you've made it this far, well done. Give yourselves a pat on the back for high attention span, and I hope you enjoyed watching. If there's anything else you want me to try, let me know. I love makeup, I love trying new products, and let me know if there's anything in this video that you try that you also really like. I'd be really interested to know. I think that's everything. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. I'd really, really appreciate it. And go ahead and follow me on my social media pages. I'm Siobhan Makeup Biz across all platforms, which is YouTube, Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next video.